Hey, so just under a week's gone by since the Cycle for Santa started 6 o'clock in the morning last Sunday. So yeah, it would be a week before Christmas. Um, and yeah, so I just thought I'd go into it, tell you about the highs and the lows, and trust me, there were some serious lows. Like it was savagery at times. It was absolutely savage. It did make me question what is wrong with me. Like, it did make me think, why do I do this to myself? Um, but like I say, it's for a good cause, and I'm very, very glad I did it. Like, it is honestly one of my greatest achievements. The fact that I did it alone as well, um, really, really makes me proud. Actually, I'm genuinely proud. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Um, Physically, it wasn't the hardest. I did think Three Peaks was harder. It did take me longer to recover from the Three Peaks as well. But at the same time, this just due to the whole sort of scenario and the logistics of it. Obviously, doing it on my own, it was ruthless. It was so hard. And like I say, I absolutely broke down at one point. As if you saw any of my Instagram videos, there's one where I look like I'm about to cry, and I was not far off that at all. But anyway, so it didn't take me as long to recover as I thought it would. Don't get me wrong, my gooch did feel like it took a direct hit from a sledgehammer. That's still recovering, but I mean, like my legs, I had Monday off. I just did nothing. Monday, I think I hit about 2,000 steps. And I just literally lay down. And that was only because I went to work. I went to work for like a couple of clients, and that was it. So I was absolutely destroyed. And I was just retarded. I was just like struggling to string sentences together. My brain just wasn't working. You can still see it now. Like, at times, I'm still sort of mumbling my words a little bit. I'm still quite mentally fatigued. It's strange. I've never really been in that situation before. But I think it's quite understandable what I put myself through. But yeah, physically I was alright. Come Tuesday, I went out for a run Tuesday, did a little 5 miler. Just a nice slow pace, just sort of like flushing the legs out, and I think that really, really helped. Obviously was on point with obviously my nutrition and everything. So, took a few sort of supplements, mainly just like magnesium, multivit, just to really help replenish the legs. What else? That's about it supplement wise. And then yeah, Wednesday I was back in the boxing gym. Straight back to it. And yeah, today went out for a nice little run and that. So yeah, I think personally I've recovered exceptionally well. Obviously I think a lot of that's down to my fitness levels, but I think cycling isn't actually that hard unless you're going uphill. It's not hard. It's just loads and loads. It was essentially just a 15-hour interval session, because, like I said, as long as you're not going uphill, you can just coast. You pedal and you coast, so you're always getting that rest. It's sort of just work, rest, work, rest. So it is honestly, it's like an interval. It's not like when you're running and you're just constantly working. There's no like respite, is there, when you're going for a jog? So I think it's a bit different than, say, doing a marathon. But don't get me wrong, 15 hours is a long time to be sat on a bike. And yeah, and my gooch was not happy. So I think if I was to do it again, I'll get cycle shorts. It was about the 8 hour mark, and I was like, maybe that little bit of padding would help, because I had to stand up an awful lot. Especially in the last few hours, I was literally, I think when I was going through London, I was just on my feet the whole time. I was just standing up. My gooch could not take it. But yeah, as I say, I'm very, very proud. I'm very happy that I did it. But I did learn a lot. And one of the key things I took away from it was mindset. Mindset is everything, especially when you're doing something like that. Mindset is a huge element. And like I say, I literally broke down at one point. If you kept up with my Instagram videos, it got to, I did the first half, I just nailed it. I was on point. I was on fire from when I left home, to get to full one-way services, which is where I stayed over the first time when I did the cycle. I did that in epic time. And I literally felt like I was flying. And if you watch my video when I get to Fort Whitman, it's like, I'll be home by like 4 o'clock. Yeah, wishful thinking. I got to there, that was like the halfway point. And then from there, so that's like Cambridge and Bishop Stortford, I got so disgustingly lost. I don't even want to know how many miles and how many hours I actually added on. But if you keep up with my videos, the timing just increases and increases. Like, oh yeah, I should be home by 4, and then it turned to 6, and then it turned to 7. I didn't even end up getting home till about 9ish. It was disgusting. But anyway, so I got ridiculously lost because when I was going down through that little bit in between, sort of like, I say little, it's a big bit, between Cambridge and Bishop Stortford, my phone was telling me to follow signs towards Royston. So I was going towards Royston, and then I looked on the map, and Royston's over here somewhere, and I need to go down here. So I'd followed this all the way. I looked at my phone, and my phone would just go full retard. You know, when you're looking at it, because you don't get any signal down there, it would go there, and it'd go, oh, actually, no, you're going the wrong way. And it'd say, you're facing this way, go down this road. And then it'd go, actually, no, you're cycling the wrong way. So and it just became so frustrating. So I've been following signs to Royston, figured out it's the wrong bloody place. And it's really hilly there as well. So it got to the point, I just turned around. I've gone all this way, and I turn around, I go, oh, I'll cycle up and down all of those hills again. Don't get me wrong, going down the hills, that was ledge. Going up the hills, another question. Another kettle of fish, sorry. But, going from there, it's nothing to look at. Like, it's beautiful scenery. The countryside is absolutely gorgeous around there, but it's literally like sheep, bush, field, goat, bush, field, goat, sheep, bush, field. Like, it was literally, it's just no landmarks, nothing to aim for. And it was just mind-numbing after a while. Don't get me wrong, it's beautiful looking around, and it's quite intrinsically motivating, cycling and just being like, oh, it's God's green country, oh, it's gorgeous. But that soon wears off, don't get me wrong. That doesn't last too long. Especially come around this time, this is like the 8-hour mark, and my legs got so fatigued. My legs were burning. Literally, my legs were disgusting by this point in time. They were so fatigued. But anyway, so I got through that. I got to Bishop Stortford, found a little Waitrose there, got a little bit of munch on board, which changed my life. And literally, just little things like that. You realise when you're doing like an endurance event like that, it really, really picks you up. And yeah, just to let anyone know who doesn't know this, I did the cycle before. I did it the other way around. So I went from Norwich. No, I went from London, to Norwich, but I broke it down to 2 days. So it was like about 7-8 hours cycle each day. But this time the challenge was to do it in 1 day, so just bang it out. So I went from Norwich down to London, because the thought behind that was when it gets dark, obviously I hit London, it's all lit up, so I can just cycle in the evening. Whereas when you get around sort of Norfolk, Cambridgeshire way, it's all little farm roads, and it's just too dangerous. Like, there's cars flying around those at like 60-70 miles an hour down these little farm roads that are really tight, and it's not worth dying for. So that was the thought process behind it. But anyway, so I got through. I got to Bishop Stortford all right, and then between Bishop Stortford and Lee Valley, it got really dark. That's when it got dark. So it was about 6 o'clock. And I was going through this little village, and I was going downhill. I must have been going about 15-20 miles an hour. I was kind of making up a bit of time, but flying along, and I had this car like right up my arse. It was really winding me up, so I was just like, there's the whole road. I was like, just go round me. I just didn't get it. But anyway, this geezer was just being a proper dick, and he was up my arse. And so bearing in mind that I'd been so lost, this is like 9 hours in, 10 hours in now. And I just got so lost. So mentally, I was getting to the point I was really wound up. I was really, really wound up, but I was also really mentally fatigued. And I was just like, what is this dick doing? Like, just go around me. So I couldn't be asked to handle with it. So I went to go onto the pavement, and there's like a break in the pavement where there's a little cobblestones. So I was like, okay, perfect. So I went to go just hop onto this bit and hop onto the pavement, but there was like a big cobblestone. It's obviously dislodged and it stuck out. So as I hopped on, my front tires hit this cobblestone like direct on. So that sent my front tire that way. Meaning I've just gone fuck off. Just gone straight over my handlebars, straight onto my back. And honestly, I hit absolute rock bottom. The car just drove off luckily, because if he'd have got out of his car, I'd probably just dropped him. I don't think I was not in the mindset to just be dealing with it, arguing with someone, or I would have just banged him out. So I'm glad that he actually drove off. So I just gone with the arse over tit straight onto the pavement. I stood up and I had the biggest bitch fit. I went mad. Like literally, I genuinely felt like crying at this point in time. And this is just the lowest point I think I've ever been. Because I mean, 10 hours down, I'm physically and mentally exhausted. I'm so fatigued. And I was just like, I've got so long left. I want to be home by now. I've been so lost. My legs are shot. My hip flexor was just like a plank of wood. It wasn't even working. And I was just like, I've literally got hours to go. I've got at least 4 hours. So I wasn't even at Lee Valley yet. And I was just like, what is going on? I was like, I crumbled. Honestly, I was so defeated at this point in time. Obviously ripped my little Santa's outfit at the back there, really bruised up my shoulder, and that was killing. And I caught my foot as I hit the floor as well, cut my little toe. All these little things, they don't sound like much, but obviously, like I'm saying, 10 hours down in the cycle, when you've got 4 hours still to go, it just destroyed me. Absolutely just destroyed me mentally. So like I said, I had a proper bitch. If there's a train station nearby, I was literally in 2 miles, like just going, look, I want to jump on the train. I don't think I can do this. I was that destroyed. I was that defeated. So I had, like I said, I had a proper little bitch fit, like proper spat my dummy out, and then I just sat down. I just had to give myself a proper talking to. And there was 3 points that I made myself go over. So I was just like, look, why am I doing this? And obviously I was thinking about homeless. So where do they go when they hit rock bottom? What do they do? And this really, really resonated with me for some reason. This really, really hit me, and this really helped spur me on. So I was like, well, fundamentally, when they hit rock bottom, they've got nowhere to go. They've got no one to turn to. They've got no help. So they just have to grit their teeth and just bear it. So I was like, well, just got to take a leaf from their book, eh? Take a page from their book, sorry. And then from there as well, I was just like, try and find a positive in all of this. So when you're that low, it's really, really, really hard to try and find anything positive when you just feel like you're surrounded by this bloody virus of negativity. It's really hard just to look outside that and just find some form of silver lining to this, the darkest cloud. And I was just like, well, realistically, anyone that has just seen what's happened, some little crackpot dressed as Santa on a bike, flipping over his handlebars and landing on his ass on the pavement, I was like, that would, to be fair, would be pretty funny. If I was watching that, I'd laugh. Obviously I'd go and check Santa's alright. I was like, but I'd laugh. So that as well, just putting that little spin on it and just trying to offload that stress really, really helped. And yeah, it just that made me giggle. So that's kind of what I stuck with, and that helps spur me on. So those are the 2 things that really help spur me on. But at the same time, I'm a really honest person. If I'd got on the train and gone home, and the next day been dealing with people, like, and they're going, how was it, da, 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 and I'd just be going, yeah, it was well hard, and I'd just be like twiddling my thumbs, because I know in my heart of hearts, obviously, that I just cheated everyone, and I'd be too guilty with that. So I think morality-wise, I'll put that down to where I've been raised. I couldn't do that. I couldn't just mug everyone off. I said I set out to do something. I challenged myself to do it. So you got to do it. It's one of those things. But yeah, so no matter what, any time of negativity, just look for some silver linings. Like every dark cloud has it, and you just got to find it. And it's just all a matter of perspective. It's just about trying to look outside that little negative box that you're stuck in, and just find something to be positive about. But so this was only 10 hours down. I went through like Lee Valley. Lee Valley is a nice little cycle, so you just follow the River Lee all the way to go through like Tottenham, and you pop out by Seven Sisters. When I hit London, I can honestly tell you it was the most uplifting and motivating thing I'd ever had. It was the biggest morale boost. It changed my life for a moment. I can honestly say I've never been so happy to be cycling through London, through central London, in my life. It was phenomenal, honestly. So you get in there, and where I've just been so used for so many hours, just looking at goats and sheep and rolling hills and bushes. When you get in, you've got the hustle and bustle. There's all these things going on. You know, obviously all the landmarks, you see all the buildings. Obviously, London's just full of fantastic architecture. But then everything's signposted, so I know where I'm going. I was like, oh yeah, look, I'm heading towards Paddington. Oh, I'm heading towards well, actually, I was heading towards Camden, and then heading towards like Paddington, Marylebone. Oh, I'm going through there. Oh, now I'm at Kensington Gardens. Oh, and then so then you're in West London, so I know I'm on the way home. And then it's obviously Shepherd's Bush, and then from there you're practically back, heading to Chiswick, Richmond. Boom, you're just ticking boxes, and it's good because it just spurs you on, just motivates you rather than just staring at fucking goats and bushes. It's just, don't get me wrong, it's nice for a time, but it's nice to have something to aim for. And yeah, and then obviously hitting West London, and I've never been so happy to see Twickenham High Street in my entire life. I felt like I could have cried. It was immense. It was absolutely game changing. And then yeah, and getting home, and that feeling of just getting home, it was weird actually. It was I've got to say, it's a bit of an anticlimax. I got through the door and I was like, so I'm done. I was like, what do I do now? Like, I don't know. You've got it so like built up in your head, that you've been so focused on that for so long. It's just weird. When it all finishes, you're just like, what now? But I can honestly say, I've got no interest in doing an ultra endurance event anytime soon. I think my plans and goals for the year are, I want to do, I might do London Marathon, maybe. I just don't really enjoy running. I like running for about 45 minutes. So like 2-3 hours, don't know, that's gonna be hard. I think the most I've ever run is like 10 mile. And that was on a really nice day in summer. I was running along, I had some really good podcasts in. I think I was listening to some really good Sigma Nutrition podcasts. And yeah, just the sun was out, it was gorgeous. And I just got that little runner's high, and so I just kept running, and it was really nice. But I've not had that since. So honestly, I get to about 45 minutes to an hour, and I'm like, yeah, I'm alright, I'm done. But I think triathlon as well. That's the one thing I really want to do. I want to do a London triathlon. So that is my aim. That is my goal this year, to smash that out. But I know one of my clients, Martin, he wants to do a marathon, so I did say that I'd do it with him. There's no better way to get a little motivation than signing up with someone, because obviously when you sign up with someone, that's it, you're done, dusted, you're nailed in, aren't you? It's like when you're jumping on a roller coaster, when you pull that seat down, the little belty thing down, that's it, you're in, you're doing it, you can't duck out there. So yeah. So yeah, just thinking back on everything that happened, it was an amazing experience. Not one that I'm really excited to do anytime soon. It'll probably take me a good 10 months to recover, and then maybe next like October, November time, I'll be like, yeah, I want to do that again. I won't do it between London and Norwich. That's done and dusted. That ship has sailed. Maybe next time I'll go like Liverpool or Birmingham, go check out somewhere else. I'll probably do it on a road bike rather than a big old mountain bike next time as well, because that does help. smashing out those big hills on a mountain bike, on a heavy as hell mountain bike, is not good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for your support. It does mean a lot. And honestly, if you can, please donate. If you know anyone that would like to help the homeless, then yeah, the link will be in the comments and that below. But yeah, it's been a fantastic experience, and two main things that I learned from that is obviously mindset. Mindset is everything. Mindset is king. And also, step outside your comfort zone. Like I said, I've never done anything on that scale of endurance, and you find out something about yourself doing that, and it is really interesting seeing what you're actually capable of, because everybody underestimates themselves, I think. You never know what you're capable of until you give something like that a try. And why not? And trust me, you won't regret it. Maybe don't go for 15 hours. Maybe do something a little bit shorter. But yeah, step outside your comfort zone. And trust me, you'll reap the rewards. But yeah, if you know anyone that would like to donate, would like to help those homeless people, let's give them something to smile about this Christmas, eh? Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you again for your support. It's been emotional. And yeah, I'm gonna go and ice my gooch. Yeah. Peace.